biotechnology and sustainability.
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Anneli Megner on Swedish TV4. Congratulations. I would like to know which one is your favorite protein and also what it does in the body and why it's your favorite protein.
Oh, that's a good question. I love all the proteins, so I don't want to pick favorites, but I can tell you about one that we designed during the pandemic that protects against the coronavirus. And I've been very excited about the idea of a nasal spray of little design proteins that would protect against all possible pandemic viruses.
So you, so you mean the fungus-like protein on the coronavirus? Is that the protein you're talking about?
Well, it's a completely designed protein, completely new protein that blocks the coronavirus.
Okay.
More questions? Yes, please, over there in the back.
Hello, Paul Rees from Al Jazeera English. Many congratulations. Could you just set the scene for us? What were you doing when you got the call, and how did it change your day?
Well, I was sleeping when the phone rang, and I answered the phone, and I heard the announcement, and then my wife began screaming very loudly, so I couldn't really hear very well, and the very nice person who was talking to me told me to go somewhere where I could actually listen, and I think it was very, very exciting, and I think it's turning out to be quite a unique, special day.
Any further questions?
I was wondering, when you actually broke the code, what was your feeling at that time?
I think it happened over. It really happened over many years when Brian Coleman, working with me, was able to design the first protein. We kind of imagined that was just designing a protein structure. It didn't have any function, and we sort of imagined what could be possible. And then really over the last 20 years, we've been able to design proteins with more and more complex and powerful functions that can do so many different things. And as we got better and better at that, then the scope of applications became more and more exciting. So it's been sort of this huge opening up of possibilities, because the proteins in nature do so many different things. They mediate all the processes in our bodies and in all living things. And we sort of glimpsed at the beginning that it might be possible to create a whole new world of proteins that could address a lot of the problems faced by humans in the 21st century. And now it's becoming possible as we're able to design proteins that can help in so many different areas.
Yeah, final question here.
Yeah, so another question, because I'm wondering, were you surprised actually by the decision? Because in the predictions for Nobel Prizes this year, you were mentioned as a strong candidate for the Nobel Prize in Physics, given the AlphaFold's reception in recent years. So did it come as a surprise for you, or were you expecting a fall from the Nobel Committee today?
It was a surprise. I definitely heard the things on the, that people were talking, but still it was very surprised. And I just really want to thank my family, my wife, Hannah Baker, my parents, who I called right after I got the call, Marcia and Marshall, who I'm very excited will be able to come to Sweden with me, and my children, Amanda and Benjamin. And I also want to thank all the amazing people that I'm working with now, and the amazing people I've worked with over the years who really, did all this work and made it all possible, and have been sort of fulfilling the dream of what's possible with protein design.
Okay, this seems to be the last question from the press for you, Professor Baker. Thank you. And once again, our warmest congratulations to you. And we look forward to meet you here in Stockholm in December for the prize ceremony.
Thank you very, very much. I'm deeply honored.
So let's move on to more questions about the Chemistry Prize or the research involved, or if you want to ask questions to the committee about their work. And again, you can ask questions in either English or Swedish. Please.
Yeah, it's me again, sorry. But I'm actually wondering, given yesterday's announcement in physics and the decision to award that prize to research that's connected to neural networks and machine learning, did you take that into consideration today in the morning when making the final decision about the Nobel Prize in chemistry in any way?
Professor Linke?
So thanks for that question. Each Nobel Prize needs to stand completely on its own feet, both today and perhaps in particular in the eyes of history looking back. So that is the main consideration. And today's prize is really about a breakthrough in biochemistry. It's the making the connection in both ways between amino acid sequence and protein structure, which then is related to protein function, has been defined, that was actually called a grand challenge in chemistry and in particular in biochemistry for decades. So it's that breakthrough that gets awarded today.
Yes, I don't see any further hands here. By that, thank you for your interest. We hope to see you back here next week on Monday when the Academy will announce the Sveriges Riksbanks Prize in Economic Sciences to the memory of Alfred Nobel. Thank you.